guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I basically want to answer this question. How many products should you be using on your natural afro curly hair? Now, obviously it depends on the individual. However, a minimum, I would say 7 products you should be using on your wash day and 3 products a day minimum. One of the first things that you'll be using is a shampoo. Now, for afro hair, for 3 and 4 hair types, you'll be using a sulfate-free shampoo, or you'll be using a co-wash. These are products that are best for 3 and 4 hair types, because if you know anything about sulfates are something that people with 1 or 2 hair type can handle. Someone who has a 3 or 4 hair type will not be able to handle sulfates. They will wash their hair and it'll be fine for the first couple seconds, and then they'll realise their hair is very, very dry, and once it has been blow dried and whatever, or it's dried completely by air drying, you notice that their hair is very rough, very hard, because it's too harsh of a chemical. It's too harsh on the 3 and 4 hair types. So you'll be using a sulfate-free shampoo or a co-wash. Then you'll go on to using a conditioner or a deep conditioner. At this point here, if you're going to go straight, you'll then use a heat protector, and then probably a moisturiser, and then go ahead and straighten your hair. Now, if you're going natural, what you're going to do from this point, after you've used your co-wash or sulfate-free shampoo, after you've used your deep conditioner or conditioner in general, you're then going to go on, if you're now going to go on to this thing called the lock method, which is a leave-in oil cream or a leave-in cream and oil method, which is like a layering effect of different moisturisers and creams and oils that lock in the moisture for your hair so that it lasts throughout the week and is therefore more manageable. So then again, you would use your shampoo, sulfate-free shampoo, and your co-wash. You would use your deep conditioner or your conditioner. Then you would go on to leaving a leave-in. So you would section the hair out. So you would get each section. So you section it into probably 4 sections, and then from there, you section it into probably like 4 different sections, and then from there you would just apply the leave-in. Then the next layer you'd add is either an oil or a moisturiser. Or you can do it in different orders, but you would definitely use these products. So an oil or a moisturiser, you go on and you put that on. Then you put on your styler. That could be like your Cantu curl smoothie. That could be like your sheer moisture pudding, curl pudding, or whatever it is. It could be your Mayal Organics. It could be your Camille Rose. Anything. That is the last one. But by all means, what you don't do is wash your hair with shampoo and conditioner, any shampoo and conditioner, and then put in Camille Rose and expect it to work. Like, you have to really layer on the layers. You have to really take care. You have to really understand what products are in there and what's going to potentially irritate your hair. If you ever notice on some bottles it says things like no phthalates, no, I don't even know if I pronounced that right, to be honest, but no phthalates, no sulfates, no parabens, no nasties, things like that. It's because, you know, it's generally a brand that's understood that these product chemicals don't tend to work very well in 3 and 4 hair types. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, let me just carry on anyway. So the next product you use is edge control. Now, if anyone knows about 3 and 4 hair types, you do often have these edges, you know, around here, girls, just around here. My edges tend to be quite tame. Like, I don't really have anything to really slick or anything. So, you know, in terms of my hair, there isn't really anything to kind of slick or anything, but it's nice too. Edge control will just literally, you know, smooth them down. You want one that's going to be not too sticky as well, not too hard, because it just basically is a good chance it will cause breakage. So if you use like thick gels that aren't very good for your hair, then it will just slick it down temporarily, but in the end you're going to brush it and you're going to notice that loads of hairs are going to fall out. So you want something that's kind of gentle, kind to the hair, but then it's enough grip. So a 3 hair type, you won't need one that's that strong, but a 4, you might need a stronger one if you want those really slick edges. The last product you're going to use is a water bottle. Even when you're applying products, it may be necessary at certain times that you might need to add in moisture. So you might need to add in more moisture. You spray your water bottle as you're putting the product in, because that is how it's going to stay in the hair. It needs those bonds, those oxygen. It needs those H2O bonds to just get in that hair and to be looking like, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely need to add in moisture. So they're the 7 products. Again, I'll just go over that again. So shampoo and co-wash, conditioner or deep conditioner, then your leave-in, then your oil or moisturiser, then your styler, then your edge control, and then your water bottle. So you need all of those things on your wash day, and that'll be good. But by all means, you don't just put in one product and out you go the door, because it just won't last as long. So that's what it is. Now on a daily basis, now once you've done your wash day, some people are very lucky and they don't have to really touch up for a couple of days. Others of us, like me for example, I've got really high porosity hair, so it means that I can put in a moisturiser and it absorbs it up quick, but it loses it quite fast too. The next day it will be dry as a desert. I've said that before. So yeah, again, on a daily basis, you'll need 3 things. You'll need your water bottle, so use that first. You'll be going around with your water bottle like this. Then you'll section it, because you know if you've got a lot of hair you need to section it out. Then you'll probably add your moisturiser, just add a little moisture, rezhuzh that a little bit, and then put your styler over and you're good to go. It's a daily thing. It's just like a plant. Your hair is like a plant. It needs to be daily, it needs to be watered daily, and for it to flourish and for it to grow. It needs sunlight, it needs water, it needs, you know, room temperature, and that's what it needs. And then the last thing you'll need is your edge control again. So you might need to re-slick the edges, because usually by the morning your edges are pretty much everywhere and they're not looking their best. So that's something that you also might need to do in the morning. So the 3 main products is that you'll need a water bottle, you'll need your moisturiser or your styler, and then you'll need your edge control. So it's really not very difficult, it's not very hard to manage, just that once you know that you need the 7 products for your wash day, on maybe like a Sunday, take your time, and then throughout the week you just need to spray, add a little bit of moisture, and then fix your edges, you're good to go. And honestly, it's not as hard as it seems. Thank you for watching this video. If you like, then like, subscribe and comment. If you didn't like it, please comment anyway, just so I can find out what you guys like to see and what you guys don't like to see. Also, I'm on Instagram, so my Instagram is @curlyhairdiscoveries, and there's also my website, which is www.curlyhairdiscoveries.com.